The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Dillian Whyte. Trill's favorite topic for the Boxing Bros. Listen, Dillian Whyte in his fight with Oscar Rivas tested positive for a banned substance after the fight. And according to multiple news sources, his B sample had tested clean. However, it didn't stop the WBC from removing Dillian Whyte as the mandatory challenger after he just won the status of becoming mandatory challenger with his victory over Oscar Rivas. And now I will turn to the well-known Deontay Wilder apologist and get his opinion on Dillian Whyte and the drug test situation and the WBC stripping him of his mandatory status. So the question we want to know is, why are they protecting Wilder so hard?
I will say this, because it wasn't VADA for one. It was UKAD, and it wasn't even a WBC fight. So, it seems fishy, right? So, man, listen. I'm not saying WBC's protecting Wilder, and I love me some Wilder. But this is real funny.
Can I cut in for a second, my brother?
It is real funny style.
Quick action question.
Go ahead.
Deontay Wilder was going to fight Alexander Povetkin, correct?
Yep.
And what happened?
The week of the fight, Povetkin failed the VADA test.
Okay, and then Deontay Wilder was going to fight Luis Ortiz, and then what happened?
Luis Ortiz failed the drug test. However, Luis Ortiz appealed in court and proved that it was due to his heart medicine. So
Dillian Whyte won mandatory for the mandatory challenger for the WBC.
Yo, listen.
And VADA he didn't even test positive with VADA, and the WBC strips him of his mandatory status.
This is weird because it was a UK fight, so it was UKAD who did the testing, and they have different rules than VADA. UKAD, if they find any trace, any amount in your blood, in your the sample, then you get notified, right? Now the B sample determines the amount. VADA goes by the amount. They don't go by if it's in there. You know what I mean? And so because of that, I was shocked that WBC stripped them before the B sample was revealed to people. And that's why I'm like,
you was shocked.
Yeah, because it kind of seems. Alright, listen. I don't want to be in my conspiracy bag.
Conspiracy. You didn't watch the last episode of Boxing Bros? You didn't hear what I said about the whole poor Dillian?
Get his old out.
You don't be listening to your co-host? I told you the WBC don't like him.
Yeah, you clearly.
I said, they're going to say, this is for real this time. You don't remember?
I'm going to be real. This seems real funny style that they would do that, and I'm hoping, and I don't like Eddie Hearn, but I'm hoping Eddie Hearn could sue the WBC to reverse that decision, because Dillian should be the mandatory for Wilder, and this isn't cool, and I don't want to think that Wilder was behind this. I'm gonna say this is 100% the WBC just using their power to flex on Dillian and teach him a lesson, but that lesson isn't respected. And please allow Dillian to fight Wilder, because I just need to see Wilder knock out Dillian so, we can shut these UK fans up.
True.
Yeah, listen, we gotta stop this. This is the real world. This is the real world. Everybody's not gonna be your friend. Everybody's not gonna like him.
Yo, Joe, what you talking about?
The WBC don't like him. I've been saying this for years. He's not gonna get a shot. If this boy don't go to the WBO or the WBA, this conversation about if he doesn't go and try to fight for the IBO belt, you know what I'm saying? Leave the WBC. Everybody ain't gonna like you. Everybody is not gonna like
What's going on in the WBC?
They don't like it.
What are they saying about it?
Listen, I was in one of the meetings. And That's that Marcus. That's Marcus.
They don't like his haircut.
They hate that mohawk. You know what I mean?
I heard they don't like his haircut.
Marcus say.
Yo, they said it's too much with that tattoo. It's just too large. You know?
Marcus said, you know, some people just don't like. I don't know what it is. Just don't like him. You know what I'm saying? And some people you just don't like. I've been saying he's never gonna get. I just said it the last time. Oh, really? He's the mandatory? I bet you. And look what happened.
It didn't even take.
It didn't even
take that long.
It didn't even take that long. I don't waste it. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened. They just don't like him. And now we gotta also another thing is if y'all want to fight Deontay Wilder, just be clean. Like that's it. That's how I feel about that.
Nah, Dillian wasn't dirty.
Now, listen, if it's in you, it's in you. And then whole VADA, oh, we don't count if it's in you. We just said, no, not that it has in you. Do y'all understand? Do y'all just hear what y'all was saying? Or what you just said? Oh, VADA checks, not that it's in you, the amount that is in you. You know what I'm saying? That's what you just said.
Yo, bro, you gotta think, like, for example, like testosterone, right? There's a level that we already have.
Listen.
But then there's an amount that goes, all right, this is clearly passing the amount that a human body can produce.
Just be clean.
It'll
Just
be
be clean, yo.
Listen. We're assuming again that Dillian White
He failed the test. We ain't assuming.
but he
nothing.
passes B sample. So
I wouldn't
remember, it's just like Canelo Alvarez, right?
Listen,
Canelo said,
long time ago, I used to smoke weed. I passed the home test.
Long
I failed
time
the one.
ago,
Long time ago. I used to smoke marijuana.
performed drill right here.
Before, you know what I'm saying? I passed the home test and I failed the one for the job.
Yeah, but listen what I'm saying.
That's basically what you're
Remember the
saying.
time when Canelo failed the first test, but he passed his B sample, right? Because he was like, yo, it must have been the meat, and everyone was laughing at him. But then the B sample, the amount was so low that they were like, yo, he could be telling the truth. And because
we're
the amount was so low,
we're not bringing that. Don't ever bring that in there. Shout out to all my fighters down there in Mexico. We all know the meat is bad in Mexico. We
Taco Tuesday. We passed my man.
But think about this.
Couple of my people with
Anything can happen. Like you could have had a pre-workout, right? That you probably thought was clean. You pop that drink, maybe one of the people that are handling you give you that drink, you take a sip, you just took one sip.
Dillian Whyte's second time.
Yeah, I was gonna. Why can you let me get my point? That was my spin.
No, I'm just saying.
What
I'm saying is the fact I get what you're saying. But the fact that he passed the B sample tells me, like, even if he took something, right, it had no impact in the fight because the amount was so low.
The masking agent that he used worked on the system. For real. It worked. You know what I'm saying? This is how I feel, man.
So you saying he's the next Ortiz?
No, not even. I'm just saying poor Dillian, man.
So it's like,
He's never stopped. This is like he wants these people to like him. They don't like you. You know what I'm saying? You're never gonna have the WBC.
what's their acceptance? Alright, so look, there's two different things. So the WBC says in order for you to fight for their title, in order for you to be ranked on their list, you must sign up for VADA testing, right? He failed a test from the UKAD, which is the UK anti-doping agency or whatever, right? And so they found traces of a steroid in his blood. Then he took another test with VADA and he tested clean. Then he tested clean with his B sample. So my thing is, if VADA is the test that you go by, it's the test you swear by. Remember, there was another test. What was it called? There's VADA testing. It's like USADA testing, right? USADA testing, people were saying wasn't catching people enough, and USADA testing was too like flaky, and they didn't trust it. So VADA is the one that people swore by. VADA is the one where everyone says, "Yo, this is the toughest one to beat." Dillian tested clean with them. They found nothing wrong with him. So if this is the most stringent test, and he passed the most stringent test, right? The most reliable test, right? We got to go with the most reliable test, and therefore he did nothing wrong, and therefore he should still be mandatory, in my opinion.
I agree.
I totally agree with you, but you all know that times change. Y'all are better than that. Y'all all know when there's something in play, What do criminals do? We find a way to go do that. Then you gotta come up with something else. And what criminals do? Find a way to beat that. Then you gotta come up with VADA was. They was.
But UKAD is on top.
You know what I'm saying? It was. It was.
Wait. So are you right now on the table? Are you saying UKAD is better?
I'm
saying, yo, UKAD more thorough.
I'm saying right now that VADA has been doing. Once the popularity of VADA got up there and everybody started saying, like you said, they number one, they're the hardest, they just showing up. You know what I'm saying? It became, let's find a way to try to beat these guys. Let's try to find a way to beat VADA. That's what happens with everything. It was at one point USADA was the tough guys. They found a way to beat USADA. Now they gonna find a way to beat, and this is what I'm saying, because it's been people that have VADA testing and still end up having something in their system afterwards.
All right, so let me come at you this way. So we're stickler for like the rules and what's in place and what's implemented. We just said in the prior segment, we signed a contract, hold them to the contract.
Okay.
If WBC standards are VADA tested,
But I answered that.
and they stand by VADA, we should just stand by VADA.
No, I answered that. Everybody's not gonna like you. Just because, like, Marcus gotta like him, Marcus don't have to give his belt to him. He'll think of something else. I told y'all the week before when y'all was like, everybody was over here, hey, he's the mandatory. I said, yeah, what does that mean? What that supposed to mean? And what that mean? And that's how I feel. Well, y'all, all right, cool. We're gonna make him, Dillian Whyte, the mandatory for the WBC number one mandatory.
Yeah, I say
at the end of the day.
So I'm making knock him out.
No, at the end of the day, what does that supposed to mean? Because say if Tyson Fury beats this guy, Deontay Wilder beats this guy, and then they decide to fight each other.
Yo, you get pushed behind, you be after that fight.
Okay, now AJ beats Ruiz, and then he wants to fight Deontay. What happens to Dillian?
Yo, because don't you get like a year?
You know what I'm saying?
They give you a year, so with the mandatory. As long as he does a mandatory within that year, it's fine.
Stop the press. Trill. You are advising Dillian Whyte. You have just been hired.
Mm-hmm.
You're Dillian Whyte's advisor.
Mm-hmm.
What do you tell him to do?
Let's go for the IBO belt. Let's go for the IBO belt, the green belt, the IBO belt. Let's go for the other belts. You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't want no parts of no.
That means he got to fight Ruiz
or AJ again.
He got to fight.
He don't want
Listen,
that.
why not?
So let me ask you a question. He lost to
he
AJ,
did-
right? He
he
lost to
did
AJ a
that.
couple years ago. But he's only going ham for the WBC. There's a reason for that.
Cause you scared.
Thank you. Hey, you said it, not me. Hey, I mean,
you can win.
But listen, me, I know for a fact. You beat me in anything, I want a rematch. I'm competitive. I'm not gonna be trying to. You beat
I
me.
respect you
You
on
beat
that.
me in basketball. We play NBA Live because we ain't play real basketball. It's not fair. We play NBA Live, right? You beat me. You know what I'm saying? I want a rematch. I don't want to play G. That's just me. But I'm cut from a different cloth. I hang differently. I'm just saying.
you know what's funny? We actually agree. That's what I'm saying. Gillian don't want no smoke with AJ.
You know what?
He don't want no smoke.
Trill without the cup is actually more.
Get his drink, yo. Get his drink.
I needed some more. I'll be But hey, man, that's just how I feel. Poor Dillian. They just don't like Dillian, yo. Some people just don't like Dillian.
I mean, we'll address it maybe later. But
I can't get it right off the tip. But it was somebody like IBF. They didn't want somebody fighting for their title before because they didn't like the
character.
Their character. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a good. Maybe they feel like there's not a good representation.
Like I said, I have a different theory. I think that the WBC has been protecting Deontay Wilder. I think that anybody who Wilder has to fight that they think can beat him, they make sure they find that dirty sample. You know what I'm saying?
Pazekin been.
I mean, I would
Pazekin
say
got
that.
caught like 3 times, yo.
I would say that.
Only one time he got caught with Wilder. perfecting is dirty. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Yo, stop, man. These
I
dudes,
can't-
yo, I'm gonna be honest. I think all y'all are dirty. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. I'm being real. It's so outrageous now. I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking, yo,
Hey,
I think all of these boxers are dirty.
I want y'all to attack G how y'all attacked me when I said everybody's taking something.
Yo, you know what's funny? Nah, but I'm like really thinking about it. I'm like, yo, if Wilder really broke his hand like 3 times, bro, I know you took steroids.
Everybody's on. Listen,
There ain't no way you still fighting every year and you broke your hand 3 times. You ain't taking something to repair it.
We're getting into a different discussion.
Yo,
I think
pardon me, people, for changing the subject.
I think if just usage and things of that nature, like if you're talking about someone who has a broken hand, a broken arm, and they're in combat sports or football, UFC, boxing,
They all take
and they need to take something to heal. To me, healing is different than cheating and trying to get an advantage in a fight. So I don't really want to go that route. Just like there's certain people who take steroids at a young age because they may have some medical condition and it's going to help them live a healthier life. So I don't want to go that route. I just want clean fights. Am I naive enough to believe that we're always going to get a clean fight? No. But I will say this. It's just very interesting to me that the WBC catches these guys when they're about to fight their champion more than any other.
That's even more reason to stay clean.
yo. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is the Boxing Bros, and you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And please, don't be shy.
Yeah, and don't take amino acids, pre-workout. Hell, don't take a protein shake if you got to fight Deontay Wilder.
Listen, they don't like them.
Hey, you better make sure your pre-workout's organic.